Hello, welcome to another episode of Kingdom and Purpose Talk with Shally. This is the podcast where we talk about the kingdom of God and our purpose in that kingdom. If this is your first time, I would like to welcome you to another episode. I hope that you will find this podcast helpful. And I want to make a shout out to all September born babies. This is my month of birth, and I wish you all happy birthday. As you can tell, people that are born in September, we are very special. We are royalty. We are leader. So I wish you all happy birthday. So you're here for a good treat. This is a special episode. And this episode, I'm going to be talking about the best decision I've ever made. I hope it will bless you because that was the best thing. That was the thing that actually changed the trajectory for me. And I would like to bring you into my world where you can see one or two things that I did. And hopefully maybe you can learn from that. So I would say that if you have been following me, you will notice that I've always been talking about the kingdom of God, and purpose. First of all, the reason why we are all here is to fulfill a purpose. I believe that I am doing my purpose right now. I'm fulfilling my purpose, and I'm sure that you have a purpose to fulfill. Now, where do I come in? My own assignment is to wake you up, is to encourage you, is to let you know that you are more powerful than what the devil is telling you, and is to encourage you to be able to fulfill your purpose. If you and I, if we focus on the assignment that we are called to do, the world will be a better place. All right, so that is just on the side note. I'm going to go into the main topic, which I said is the best decision I've ever made. And what is that decision that I made? Before I tell you what the decision was, I will tell you what led to that. 2018, I actually had a storm, and I thank God that the storm is still right now in my life. And that storm actually kind of like, put me in a different position. I had to change my thinking and everything. Actually, it brought me closer to God. And I remember that during that period, I thought I was a religion person, but now that I know what religion and kingdom means, I realized that I have been more religious than being a kingdom child. So, but thank God I was privileged to the message about the kingdom of God in 2019 because I was so hungry about knowing the secret of the word. And God now helped me by letting me understand what he told us that we should seek first, which is seeking the kingdom of God and its righteousness, and every other thing shall be added unto you. So I happened to watch Dr. Miles Monroe video about kingdom culture and principles, and that really enlightened me. And so going forward, I was more hungry for more information. And this is something I really want you to know, that if you are very hungry for God, he will give you all the information that you seek. If you're not hungry for God, don't expect him to just drop everything into your lap. He's only gonna provide information to those that really want it. And so I was so hungry for God, and so I began to seek his face. And then I remember 2020. It was during, COVID, and after, during in the process of COVID, I remember that 2019, actually, I started doing some things in terms of my business. I registered my business 2018. That was when the storm started, right? So 2018 October, I registered my business. Of course, the devil knows that there's something that is about to change for this girl, right? So he has to bring his ugly face. He has to test me. And so the storm came around that time too, but I did not stop. I kept going. And so 2019, I went further. I registered for my home care business, and I was approved. I believe it was 2019, I believe so, that I was approved around that December 2019, but 2020 was when I got my license. But before that, I remember that I struggled with whether I want to leave my full-time job, my federal government job that is paying good, and I want to focus on the business. Meanwhile, I've been doing it on a part-time, but I wanted to focus on the business. But during that time, I was really confused. I didn't know what I wanted to do at that time. So I had to pray to God. I asked him for a sign, and he gave me a sign, because my sign was that if you really want me to focus on this, I need referrals. So, and as God will have it, I got the reference, I got my assurance, and so I decided to go full time. And I would tell you that that is the best decision I've ever made. Going full time in the business really changed everything for us, for me and my family. And so if you are someone who is still sitting on the edge, doesn't know what to do, I want you to just trust God fully. You have to believe and trust God. Let me tell you something. This girl right here, I am the person that people think that I won't be able to do some things, because of my nature. People tend to think I don't have the leadership role in me. And so because of that, they would reject me. And so I find that happening even at work. And for some reason, God will always lift me higher, and they will have no choice but put me in that role. But so it kept happening, But then I remember that I went for an interview to be a manager, in an hospital. And I was really confident. Thank God there was someone that believed in me. She was my coworker, and she was telling me that, you do have a leadership role, managerial role in you. You need to go for this. And so I said, I don't think so. I didn't even believe in myself, but there's some people that really believed in me. And so I was like, I don't think so. And so she told me I could do it, and she kept pushing me. And guess what? The devil told me then that she's pushing you because she wants you to leave that position so that she can get the position. Can you imagine that? And so, but I had to ignore that voice, because I'm like, this person is trying to help me, to push me, to get me out of my comfort zone. And so I said, well, I don't have a good resume. And so she said, I'll write your resume. Oh my goodness. This lady, the resume she wrote for me was superb. I sent that resume out. I got a call for interview. I went to the interview. It was like a panel. If you have been to interview before, but I was still confident, because remember, those words that lady spoke into my life was really active. And so I was very confident. So I went for the interview, and I found somebody that I knew at the interview. And so the person that I knew at the interview, we used to work before together at the same hospital that myself and the other lady that helped me with the resume. And so, with the other lady that helped me with the resume, where we all work in the same place. And so I met this person. I was so happy. She actually was like a nurse practitioner during that time. She was part of the panel, and I would be like a manager in that in that unit. And so she happens to be one of the providers on that unit. So I thought, I have somebody on my side. Well, I did the interview. They showed me around. I was very comfortable. And then when I heard the news, I was told that, sorry, we had to go with another candidate. I felt so down. And it actually kind of took me back to my shell. It took me back to where I thought that I wasn't able to do it, right? And so I remember I confided in someone, and that is the reason why you have to be careful with people you tell things to about whatever it is that God is asking you to do. So I confided in somebody, and the person said something to me, and that actually did not encourage me. The person was like, well, maybe that's not what God is saying to you, but I cannot remember what the person said. But it was more like the person is trying to tell me that just aim for something that you know that you're able to achieve. Don't aim higher. So I remember that word actually did not encourage me. So that was when I knew that, this person, I don't think I should listen to whatever they are saying. So fast forward, after the interview, I just started, I stopped applying. I stopped looking into that part, trying to be a manager in a unit or anything like that. And meanwhile, I've already kind of like, I can't remember if I already started my home business at time as part-time, or if my business already started. I can't remember anymore. But anyway, so and that was it. I changed the trajectory for me. I was not accepted as a manager in a unit, but now I am my own manager, the business owner, the CEO of my own company. And so I just want to encourage you that in anything that you do, if you seek God first, seek His face, and every other thing, like He said, is going to add it to you. And let me tell you something, this is true. If you believe it, it's going to come to pass. If you watch this video and you're telling me that this is not true, first of all, I have to ask you, what is your thinking substance? What it is that you have in your mindset? Because if you believe in this, it will work for you. If it doesn't work for you, then that means you need to go and you need to go and review your belief system first, because it will actually work. So that is the best decision that I've ever made. Leaving my job as a federal government, starting my own business was the best decision I've ever made. And I thank God, because if what happened 2018 had not happened, I probably would still be sitting. I probably would still be saying, maybe, maybe later, maybe when the children are older, maybe when everything is settled, maybe when my life is all put together. But let me tell you, that is a lie from the devil. You need to do it now. You need to start now. Well, this is just the part 1 of the best decision I've ever made. The part 2, I will go into details as to how this started for me. What are the things that led me to that decision, and how I've been able to manage and sustain myself in this business. I enjoy talking about the kingdom of God. I enjoy talking about business. I enjoy talking about purpose. So if you think that this podcast is going to be helpful to you, I want you to just hang in here with me, and I will see you in my next episode. I'll begin to unfold the things that I did in order to arrive at that decision that I made. This is it for us. Thank you, and I will see you in my next episode.